Mr Mayor, the last Labour government left office trying to close our hospital in Whipps Cross, and one of the first actions of this Labour government was to take the diggers and workmen off the ground in the construction of our new hospital in Whipps Cross. Now, in 2022, you acknowledged the issues at Whipps Cross, the issues with flooding and the fact we are in dire need of a new hospital, and you agreed then that you would write to the Prime Minister, as well as the representations you had already made to the Health Secretary. Will you again make those representations for the much needed hospital that we need at Whipps Cross, which is being agreed on a cross-party basis and continues to be lobbied for?
So what you've seen today is our Prime Minister setting out a roadmap over the next 10 years of how we fix the National Health Service on its knees, on life support, and we're going to make sure over the next few years, as long as I'm Mayor, I work with the government to try and restore the NHS, including improving services at Whipps Cross Hospital, which have been awful over the last few years and needs to be restored.
Thank you. To reiterate, the last Labour government tried to close Whipps Cross. There were diggers on the ground that this Labour government are removing as we rebuild that new hospital. You agreed to make representations and ask that that work be significantly sped up, and we agreed to those as well locally. I was happy to hold the Conservative government to account. Will you hold the Labour government to account?
Well, I would suggest the member reads the Darzi report today. I've read it, and it's shocking.
Let me talk to you, Mr Mayor. You can make excuses, but when you look at what the Conservatives were left with in 2010, we had unemployment at 8%. We left you with 4.4%. You had inflation at 3.4%. We left it at 2%. You had the lowest growth of any nation in the G7. We left this Labour government with the fastest growth. You had a deficit in this country of 10.3%, and we left it at 4.4%. It is sorry excuses. Either you want the new hospital at Whipps Cross and you will lobby for that regardless of the government, or you won't.
Well, Chair, it's relevant to the answer because the members referred to the last government. When the Labour Party stopped being the government in 2010, with the highest satisfaction from citizens of the NHS in recorded history, with the shortest waiting list in NHS history, we had more
Chair,
doctors.
The question is whether he will write to the government. If he doesn't want to answer it, I don't want to hear it.
Well,